Alright, welcome back everyone. We are going to have another match brought to us by Western Digital and Cybergamer for the PSI STORM 2010 event. $5,000 up on grabs for this entire tournament. $1,750 for first place. We are currently in semi-final number 1 of the upper bracket. Adro versus Oxygen. I am, of course, unstable, and I'm joined here by Toby1. Mate, what do you expect to see here? Do you expect a good game, a bad game? What do you think?
Oh, I expect to see, well, I'm hoping to see a macro game. So far, like, we had our Zerg versus Protoss before with Cowie going up against Moonglade, and there was a horrendous 6-pull that did actually come out. Luckily, we're not going to see that this time around. The attempt to cheese will not actually be coming out. As let's see Oxygen going for that wall off. Obviously, you're going up against a Terran player. Step support, they do have those very, very narrow entrances in, and once the barracks goes down as well, it's going to be a very, very tight gap, and very, very easy for the Terran to actually hold off any Ling harass here. Now, the question is, how much harass will Android want to go, and will he actually want to go that early expansion? So many times over the last couple of weeks I've actually been watching that against Terrans, with that little bit of a change to the Reaper build, they've wanted to go for that extra expansion, but looks like he's not going to do it. Extractor just popping on.
Yeah, well, it's going to be a lot of metagame stuff coming in between these two. Adro, from what we've seen, I had not heard of him at all before this event, and he's just blown my mind away with the just solid, strong, solid play. He's taken out Filthy, who is an insane player. He's also taken out just in time. He's just rickrolled through everyone. Red Archon as well. Red Archon won the Blizzard Invitational a couple of weeks ago, and Adro's just going, yep, see you later, I'm going to beat you anyway. So Adro, a very thinking player. He does react extremely well to his opponents. So I really think he's not going to go for that fast expansion, especially versus Oxygen, because Oxygen very, very hyper-aggressive versus Zerg. As we do see that spawning pool come down now. So we're going to be seeing Speedlings versus this just to stop any kind of Reaper harass, any bunkers coming up pretty early. But in the meantime, we do have Oxygen dropping that barracks, and I'm just not sure what we're going to see from him. Normally I'd expect some like one base all in from Oxygen, but no, he's just going to go for the solid macro game this entire series.
Yeah, he's nothing special, just throw it on down. Command center, of course, building up to the orbital command, get that energy up, and there's your Speedlings. We saw this build coming out just before. And we're going to see consistent harassment from Andro. There's not a lot he can do once he gets there, though. Factory as well as barracks just locking him off. Reactor on top of the barracks as well. And actually a bit of a gas steal from Andro. Not going to last much longer. And he's
no, he's going to cancel that and then put it back in. Bam! Look at that. Lots of Zerg doing this.
The reading didn't even have time to actually hit the drone.
No, usually you can get that off 2 or 3 times before he actually can kill that drone. It's usually the second Marine that pops out. Really, all Adro wants is to stall that time and try and see what's happening. He really wants that vision of what's going on. In the meantime, he's going for that expansion now. He's seen that Oxygen's not going for any kind of hyper-aggressive stuff at this stage, and he gets another another extractor pop on that, and there is no second Marine coming here, but in the meantime, we do have the factory and the barracks swapping positions here, so the reactor is up. We're going to see some Hellion harass, double Hellions coming out. That expansion is about halfway done, so hopefully Adro can get some spine crawlers up down at that expansion in time, and some roaches here, or some kind of speedlings, a nice amount of speedlings to deal with these Hellions. But that drone's still alive on the gas.
Yeah, he has his 4th pop, and now he's actually moving himself up. Oh, we're going for a fit. We're going for a fit. He did actually end up heading a little bit further towards the minerals. Just it's like kind of like this default thing for him. Hatchery almost completed as well here for Andro on that first expansion. He's also been building up his spine crawls on the backside. More than likely going to shift those up and move them up. Now the Hellions are going to come in there, going to spot the Queen. The Lings are actually on the speed side of things, and they will move themselves down. That spine crawler should take care of the Hellions if they come in range. They do come in range of the spine crawler. 1 hit, 2 hit, and they don't actually manage to bring down the Hellions. One of them actually escaping on 5 HP, and well, that was a little bit lucky there for the Hellion to actually escape.
Yeah, I think there was a bit of a miss micro there by Oxygen. There's only 1 spine crawler. He could have run to the side and not taken those 3 extra hits. But he will be bringing them back to his base. We do see a dropship on the way, so I wouldn't be surprised. There we go. He is repairing those Hellions back up, and we're going to see a drop as well. At the same time, we see an expansion coming from Oxygen. I am so impressed with his play today. He has taken his hyper-aggressive micro style and then just added macro into it. And he's going to be such a strong player to deal with this time. And looks like we got the barracks and the factory.
It's the second time he switched.
Yeah, he's swapping back.
It's the second switch.
So we do have Lings popping up here to see. Oh my god, did Adro actually see that expansion? He did see the expansion coming down. Oh, that's huge. A little bit slight, like just a tiny little bit back for Oxygen, and he would have seen when Adro would have had no idea. But since he does see that that expansion going down.
He's going to spot the dropship too.
Yeah.
Dropship moving past the Naga Tower on the north side, and he's going to see those 4 Hellions which are sitting inside. Is he going to be pulling? Even the Queen's pulling back at the moment, ready to actually fight off the Horde which is coming in. Look at both Queens on the front side, waiting for them to come in. We've got a little bit of band of Lings here, and well, Oxygen might be still happy to drop him down here, but he won't be expecting those 2 Queens moving on down. The Lings still sitting up high, and now he spots the Queens, says, okay, no, he's still going to go for it. Dropping down the Hellions, moving themselves in. Those Queens have to get closer. They're not doing anything from that range. But
oh my god, that is great control there.
Come on and pick up again, and they get the 3 out.
Yeah, wow, that was great control there by Oxygen. He actually picked them up, dropped them, and when they got surrounded, picked them up again. So that was insane play there. He didn't get into the drone line, which is what he would have wanted, but he did get quite a few drone kills. He only lost 1 Hellion. His expansion is getting the orbital command now, and Vikings going Overlord hunting as he gets some tanks and siege research, while we see Adro getting a Spire. So we're going to see a very standard PVT game, PVZ. Oh my god, what am I talking about? TVZ game. Oh, going insane. And we got another drop here at the natural. Gets a couple more kills off on that. Oh, I think that was a mistake by Oxygen dropping the extra Hellion there. He loses it unnecessarily, but we have a look at the income tab. Adra is 31 to 27 on Harvesters, and that Spire is about to pop now. So, really going to be down to his muter control. But from what we've seen so far, his muter control has been insane. He has completely shut down Red Archon in his last match with he just used Mutalisks, and yep, he's just going to take it out.
Yeah, on the upside of it though, during that last little harassment on the natural expansion, he did actually spot that Spire on the backside, and instantly you see, well, actually, I thought I saw a counter coming up there. Yes, the 2 missile turrets actually built right on top of his main, and well, he's expecting some form of harass to actually come out. No barracks actually pumping up mass marines at the moment. Like, you got yourself like 10 or 11 on the front lines at the moment, but that won't be enough to deal with the amount of mutas coming on the way. But they're going to be 7 in total. 1 Viking's about to be picked off here. It's trying to fall itself back here. It's not going to last much longer. Gets taken out there, and well, we are now down to 9 Marines for an anti-air defense, and missile turrets will try and hold back these Mutalisks. The second turret not actually completed yet, though, so there's a small hole here for Andro to actually make it through. He does manage to bring down the SCV, claims 2 of them so far. Doesn't actually finish off the turret, though. Will come down, attacking one of the Marines. More siege tanks popping out. Marines are finally double pumping out through that reactor barracks, and they're trying to bring down anything they possibly can. Those meters stop that SCV from actually producing that missile turret, and might even actually try and finish it as well. Bouncing attack, just bouncing onto those SCVs, still claiming the kills around that natural expansion. And Oxygen, he's got to find a way of doing this one. Missile turret just a little bit further up there. Those meters, they're a little bit outgunned and will fall back.
Yeah, great use of those though. He did pick off quite a few units. It was a bit unfortunate that he lost those 2 or 3 mutas near the end, but more mutalisks on the way. I like the fact that Oxygen's putting his turrets all over the place. A lot of Terrans just put their turrets near the mineral line and then just ignore the rest of the place else. So what Adro does is he actually looks for holes and just hits anything he can. But another drop coming in at the main. That's a bit of a mistake there by Oxygen. He's going to get picked off, and the dropship does not get taken out. Wow, that is extremely low health. 13 health. That's 1 glaive from a Mutalisk, pretty much. 1 or 2.
Yeah, I think we still have a problem here at the moment. Like, Andro, he's getting his main actually harassed a little bit, but he pulled all the drones back in time. They go straight back onto the production. But we also now have Oxygen with a well, Mules can easily get a base up and running. His natural expansion with the 2 gas there, so he's now running 4 refineries out. But the Zerg is 1 base behind. If he knows it too, he's going through those destructible rocks to get his second expansion up, because he needs to stay 1 in front. Yeah,
definitely. Zerg definitely like to be ahead 1 base versus Terran, and nicely done by Adro. He's getting sniped. Oh my god, he missed it. He did not take out that reactor. Nice control there by Oxygen, keeping that reactor alive, repairing it, and he's sniping tanks now. See, this is what I was talking about versus the Red Archon game. He is just brutal with his Mutalisks. Just so brutal. And if he takes down these rocks, he will be able to take a 3rd as well. I'd really like to see an armory come down for Oxygen and get a Thor or 2 out to help deal with that. He's dropping missile turrets everywhere, though.
Yeah, he is. He's going into straight defense mode. But this is exactly what Andro wants. Move himself around with the meters, try and find a hole. He's going to try and punch one through the bottom side. Finds the SCV, but there's 2 missile turrets to get completed up there. Is he going to go for the main mineral lines? There's actually no missile turrets on the back of this line here. He's just going to go for the supply. This is going to cap him up. He's going to get 2 supply depots, but Medivacs on the way up to try and keep these SCVs alive. But he doesn't even care about that. He's going for the supply cap. Marines on their way up now too, and that's more than enough of an army.